Anthony Mason is joining us. Nice to have you here.
Great to be here.
And the reason you're here is because Charlie Rose is in California, where he interviewed Sean Penn. The actor is breaking his silence about his secret trip to Mexico to meet the notorious drug lord Joaquin Guzman. Mexico recaptured the cartel leader known as El Chapo 1 week ago.
And Sean Penn made headlines the very next day when Rolling Stone published his account of visiting the kingpin in hiding last October. In an interview for Sunday's 60 Minutes, Charlie met with Penn last night in Santa Monica to talk about that trip. Charlie joins us now from Santa Monica, where a lot of people, Charlie, are looking forward to hearing what Sean Penn has to say. Good morning to you.
Well, good morning, Gail and Nora and Anthony. It's been an interesting trip here. Sean Penn wanted to clarify his involvement in El Chapo's recapture. Mexican authorities have said knowledge of his trip helped them move in on the drug lord. Penn believes those claims of his contribution are incorrect and could put him in danger.
There is this myth about the visit that we made, my colleagues and I, with El Chapo, that it was, as the Attorney General in Mexico is quoted, essential to his capture. We had met with him many weeks earlier.
On October 2nd.
On October 2nd, in a place nowhere near where he was captured.
So as far as you know, you had nothing to do, and your visit had nothing to do with his recapture?
Here's the things that we know. We know that the Mexican government, they were clearly very humiliated by the notion that someone found him before they did. Well, nobody found him before they did. We're not smarter than the DEA or the Mexican intelligence. We had a contact upon which we were able to facilitate an invitation.
Do you believe that the Mexican government released this in part because they wanted to see you blamed and to put you at risk?
Yes.
They wanted to encourage the cartel to put you in their crosshairs?
Yes.
Are you fearful for your life?
No.
I first wanted to know why you wanted to do this, why you wanted to go there. Second, I want to know the sense of how you felt about the risk you might be taking and why that risk was worth it.
I had only that I thought this is somebody upon whose interview could I begin a conversation about the policy of the war on drugs. That was my simple idea.
You wanted to have a conversation about the policy of a war on drugs.
That's right. We're going to put all our focus, forget about blame, we're going to put all our focus, all our energy, all our billions of dollars on the bad guy. And what happens? You get another death the next day, the same one.
Do you make a moral equivalency between El Chapo and people who either buy or sell drugs in America?
I do if it's me. I don't make that judgment for everyone else, but I wouldn't go so far as to buy or sell drugs.
So he's no better than you and no worse than you?
I say I can't make him worse than me if I'm not out there doing everything that I can to get a conversation going on the way in which we prosecute that war.
You have said to the AP, that I'm asking now, you have no regrets.
Yeah, I have a terrible regret.
What are the regrets?
I have a regret that the entire discussion about this article ignores its purpose, which was to try to contribute to this discussion about the policy in the war on drugs. Let's go to the big picture of what we all want. We all want this drug problem to stop. We all want the killings in Chicago to stop. We are the consumer. Whether you agree with Sean Penn or not, there is a complicity there. And if you are in the moral right or on the far left, just as many of your children are doing these drugs. Just as many. And how much time have they spent in the last week since this article come out talking about that? 1%?
You're saying there's not much dialogue about as a result of El Chapo.
My article failed. Let me be clear. My article has failed.
Charlie, is Sean Penn still in contact with anybody in El Chapo's camp? And does he think that the two will ever meet again?
No, he'd said he would have wanted to have met with him again, and that was his plan. But no, he has not heard from anyone in the cartel or surrounding El Chapo, who has now been recaptured back in the same prison that he escaped from a year ago, 6 months ago. So that point about him and what he hoped to accomplish is just one small part of a long conversation about how he negotiated with El Chapo, what the deal was. This deal and this trip was led by the actress Kate Del Castillo. She had had some contact with him. He was smitten with her, and Sean contacted her and believes that, that contact enabled him to go. We know now from some things that have been released by the Mexican authorities, that there was a very interesting dynamic between the two of them, enabled him to go. So watch 60 Minutes, and you'll see more of a very interesting conversation about the deals he made, why he went, and what he thought of El Chapo.
All right. In addition to 60 Minutes, how about watching you in our next hour, because you're coming back?
Well, and one more thing, he'll be in full. The conversation will be seen on my PBS show on Monday night.
All right. But again, Charlie's going to be here in our next hour. You can't leave us yet, Charlie. Sean Penn answers critics of the decision to allow. It's very interesting to hear anything Sean has to say about this. The decision for El Chapo to pre-approve the Rolling Stone article. And, as Charlie mentioned, you can see his entire interview on 60 Minutes. That's Sunday right here on CBS.